So yeah, we're back again, and I'm Brett, as you might know or might not know, with MiddleTennesseeMusic.com, and this is episode 90 of Mid Tenn Listens. I think we're up to 74 songs for Mid Tenn Listens live now. We've had quite a few come in, and it's been a blast. We're part of the way through season 2 and still having fun with it. Got 5 tunes lined up for you. I've heard the first 2 bars of 3 of them, and it sounds like we might have some really slamming stuff this week. Our panel does not listen in advance. For those that don't know what we do here, we have music is submitted to us for live on the spot first impression, brutally honest review, and that's what we're going to do with it. We're going to listen to some music together, and we're going to tell people exactly what we think of it. And if we can find the button there to, I think that's Brian that's making all the microphone noise. We're going to make him be quiet for a minute. And we're going to do a real quick introduction, and then we'll go through our rating system and pop over here to gallery view so we can see what's up. Who's here with me? We got Aaron Young from Hangout Records over on Google+, a big supporter group of independent music and hosting live hangouts on air with open mics many Friday nights. And Aaron also helps Christine DeGraff with My Music Hangout. MMH Rocks as well. Aaron, glad you're here. And thank you so much for being with us as a regular supporter and sponsor of the show.
Hey, it's glad to be here. Glad to be a supporter. Enjoy doing this and listening to some good tunes. And we have a good time here. So that's why I keep coming back.
Always a blast. Over to the other side of me, one of those Canuckians from up in Canadaville, Ian Fultz, the creator of Zug the Friendly Orc anti-bullying cartoon series and some really other cool projects. He's had a song submitted to us a while back that we enjoyed a lot, and he's been on the panel once before too. So Ian, who has just switched sides on me there. Good grief. Wow, what a night so far. Good to have you back, sir.
Oh, man, it's great to be back. I'm so excited to be back. I'm also part of a podcast called The Science Fiction, where we discuss the science fiction movies. And some of them I destroy and some of them I gush over. And I'm glad to be a part of this. It's been too long for me. Like, seriously.
Well, it has been a while.
Finally, the universe has aligned and we got back together because I love this format. And I'm really excited to listen to these 5 songs.
Me too. And so on the other side of me, I wonder how long this will go on, from out in sunny California, the man who practically owns live music on Second Life, fantastic musician, great friend, Mr. James Olmos. Welcome, sir. Glad you're back with us again.
Yeah, it's good to be back here. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to do another round of 5 songs.
This should be fun. I'm going to drop down to the bottom lower level here. And from Nashville, Tennessee, we have producer and mixing engineer of hip-hop, R&B, and gospel songs, pretty well known also on Google+, and runs a mixing and engineers community that is just a hopping group of folks to get together and trade information in. Czar, welcome. This is the first time we've had you with us, and looking forward to what you got.
Looking forward to it. Sounds like fun, and I'm ready to do this.
Absolutely. And last but not least, and Aaron's still trying to confuse me moving around there, but Brian the Doc Dotson from out in the middle of nowhere with Studio E23. He's been a regular on the show. Always fun to have you. Thanks, Brian. We sure appreciate it.
Well, thanks, Brett, for having me. And, I'm just so honored to be around you panel of people and to listen to all these songs and give my opinion on them. I run a mix studio out here, and you know what? Some of the best stuff I've ever heard has been on this show.
We get some really good music, and really looking forward to what we've got tonight. So let's go over the rating system really quickly and see if we can understand how it works this time. I'm going to start at the lowest rating we might ever give for a song, which would be "Don't Even Let the Dog Download This Thing." You don't want to hear it no matter what, and you don't even want the dog to hear it. So if it's really that bad, then that's where it is. A level up from that, and all of this, Chris Czar, is really subjective you might think of it as a level of quality, or you just might think of it as a level of when you might listen to it. Only on Chick Flick Night might be one of those songs that's, you know, you're only going to listen to on certain occasions, or somebody makes you listen to it, that kind of thing. There might be a song on Third Level Up would be stashed on the tablet, something that you're going to hide away for later personal listening. Maybe it's late night headphones kind of thing, or that you don't want to advertise those guilty pleasures or whatnot, something like that. And we've all been caught dancing to a song before that we might not tell the public that we absolutely love, but there we were. Maybe you were in the underwear and had a broom in your hand and having a damn good time when the wife walked in or whatever. And that starts to sound kind of weird. I'll shut up there. The top level we might ever give a song, if it's just as good as anything ever gets, jamming that thing at the red light. Windows down, license plates rattling, all the neighbors are mad, and it's just getting louder as you go. And that's what we've got, 5 levels of stuff there. Our first song that we've got tonight comes to us from a group called Classic with the song Andromeda. And that's off their EP called Winter, the coldest season of the year. In the natural cycle of seasons, he says, we experience winter can be the hardest. It's often often the least inviting of them all, and creative individuals constantly evolve through similar cycles, albeit much more sporadic and irregular. This Winter EP represents a period of the artistic journey that's marked by depression, isolation, and frustration. And the goal is to encompass those feelings, but then transform them into hope for the return of joy, of love, and of brighter, warmer days. So for now, bundle up, because winter is upon us. And if you guys have got that one loaded, as we talked a little while ago before we're going to go out of order, we're at the 4th player down on our song list. And if you're ready to go, let's hit play. I'm into this right off.
Mm-hmm. No good. It was awful.
Interesting. Sounds in the background, boom, straight to the foreground.
A lot of different synthesis, but it's good. It made it right.
River ripple like the wrinkles of the orange sun. This woman's in my hair, I could hear speaking on.
Oh, I like it. Poetry.
Women's only worth it if you smile when they end all you've done. No, there's brains in the street. Yeah, there's stains on my sheets. I found my name and my feet, but I couldn't recognize any fucking letters in it. Oh, this river is so wise. Cuff up the petals of a sunflower, look at the twilight sky. I give a word to a time of day as I recline and finally say I'm better. Chase vagina like a damn hyena. Sip of wine in the token.
Did it get your attention, Aaron?
I think I got the fever.
Should have.
Yeah.
It really got me. It's kind of losing me right now, a little bit.
It's all over the place, but
Yeah.
still dig it.
Yeah.
It's big.
I'm wondering why is it 6 minutes long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't look at the time on it yet. We'll figure it out.
I seen your face at the bar, the shape of the stars was outlined in it. And the mason jar had tequila with limes in it. And Sublime was spinning on.
Telling a very dramatic tale in this song.
Remember that you were really tanning. It was December, I just come back from this little dinner. You were batting your eyelids at me, then tried to turn to your friend. But I cannot pretend that I had just not caught wind of the fire that you were giving off. I'd be lying if I said I didn't toss this mighty Joe Young into the lion's den and come out with only a kitty cat scratch that. I grabbed my hat, yeah, the fedora. You had on one of the model tees and I was was food exploring. She said her name was Mariella, I said my name's important. I peeped the accent, American, I love that foreign. She said I hope it doesn't rain, all depends on what you're pouring. Cause I'm rich in confidence and shine is what I'm pouring. And your friend keeps giving me nasty looks and I'll ignore them. Cause you're in a league of your own and she's on your bench. And I'm just not trying to score in the first half. I'm trying to win the championship and have the trophy be your ass. Hold up, hold tight.
Well, here's why it's 6 minutes long, and I keep waiting for him to drop it, and he's just dead on all the way through there.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing I gotta say about that is I love the rap in the middle of it, but I feel he's off time. Chris, if I'm mistaken, if I'm mistaken, I think he was going so off beat.
I thought he was on it.
Totally. I was hanging on every word.
Oh, I was hanging on every word, but it was just to me felt like it wasn't fitting the rhythm pattern.
I felt that too.
I just wanted to make sure I was.
Do some really good alliteration right now. It's so different.
With our bodies undressed, there'll be nothing but boredom in between. You lay right there, I swear we'll share the same damn dream.
See, he changes the pace of each section so radically. It's nice.
It's a journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Journey. I could see where the title came.
You can see me out, maybe it's a drug, but baby, you still got me screaming out. You can start. I see constellation. Girl, I see shooting stars. I see constellation. Girl, you be the shooting stars. I see constellations. Girl, I see shooting stars.
Well, that's a nice break.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible break. Beautiful.
I think he's building to something. A bigger.
I like that cello-like sound in there.
Yes.
Would have liked her to do something more with that.
Interesting.
That is 183 foot.
That's what I was expecting right there. A big shocker at the end from the way it braked. Yeah. That was interesting.
That was definitely a shocker. I did not expect that ending.
Nope.
I never would have done that ending.
Yeah, I agreed. that wasn't.
That was not the ending I was wanting.
I'm at a loss on this one.
It's a whole plethora of storytelling in a rap song I've never heard before. That was incredible.
It's a mashup. To me, it sounds like a mashup. He took a bunch of different, like every minute, it's a 6-minute song, and every minute there was something unique and diverse about it, and it worked. I don't think, if you play this at a club or something, I don't know if you can really dance to it all the way through.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right? And yeah, because it's not, consistent, nice, steady, dun, 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 and whatever it is. But, and then it also seems like he threw all his tricks into this song. Every DJ trick you can do. I call it a trick. It's not a trick, but you know what I'm saying. A skill. And it was a busy song, right? Very interchanging and up and down, consistent beat wise.
Mm-hmm.
He had those, he backpedaled and did all those sorts of skills and stuff. But yeah, Yeah, it's a song that I would listen to once and then maybe come back to it, kind of like a unique and interesting book, an author who you need to kind of read it a couple of times to get it,
There's
I
a
think
lot of layers.
I
Yeah, a lot of
definitely
layers.
have to listen to it again to
Yeah.
get it all. Um, heard a lot of things in there that I really liked.
Yeah.
And on the throwing all the tricks at it comment, I did listen to one of his other tunes, which caused me to invite him to send a song for the show. And I can tell you that he did not throw all of his tricks into this song. Yeah, I want to see what they do on stage, because this. Yeah, I don't know that one could dance to this one at the club all the way through, but I'm thinking there's a hook in there. There's some other things that's good, and I'm thinking in the live show that these guys are going to kick ass. I want to hear more. That's where I'm at with it, and I'm going to figure out where to rate it here in a couple minutes after some other people give their.
I would agree with you, Brett. I want to see these guys live.
Yeah, the hook to me was my favorite part. The hook was nice. The transitions were, it was a different pace, but with the verses, the drum pattern, I agree, it didn't feel like it was on the whole time. And it was kind of separating the lyrics from the drum pattern. I would think, like, how can someone even rap to this?
That was the thing that was.
I was waiting for him to fall off completely.
Yeah.
But he never felt to me like he fell off. It just felt like there was a lot of syllables to get in there.
Yeah.
And you've got more experience with that than I do, so I'll let you pontificate on that some more.
And I agree with the same comment about the dance. I was thinking about that too. Could someone dance to this? And the verse part, no. The hook, yes. I don't think the first verse really fit the beat. The last two verses did, but the end of the first verse had this climax that I thought was building up to something, and it came right back with the same mellow beat. So that part, it kind of let me down there.
Well, that was the thing. Like halfway through the song, I was sensing all these surprises. I'm like, oh, what else has he got in store?
Mm-hmm.
And then when he did that change up near the end, you're like, okay, so what's going to be your climax? And I'll be honest, the climax was very anticlimactic.
He's going for depression, isolation, frustration. So I think, that might be his gig at the end. It's like, I didn't catch what the phrase was, what the lyric was, but it may be, I want to jump off a frozen bridge.
Boy, I tell you what, yeah, good. That's a good note on that, James, because he sure did get that. There's a frustration in that track.
There's a dark
across.
Story.
Right.
There's a
Very dark story.
And when you take you take a guy this age, and he's referencing Moody Blues and Steely Dan and bands like that in the lyrics, you really get my attention.
How old is he?
He can't be, but judging from the pictures, can't be, but maybe 30.
Really? And he's referencing Moody Blues and those guys?
Well, I heard, and Steely Dan, and
I'm 45 and I love Ricky Nelson.
well,
oh my God!
You can have it. All right, so you can't really dance to that one. I think we decided. So I think though that there's a time somebody would catch me dancing to it, but
yes,
I'm somewhere between stashing it on my tablet and getting caught dancing to it.
Same here.
That's where I am. I'm going to be listening to it again. I'm impressed by the skills. I like the sounds. It takes me back to some stuff I was hearing several years ago that I really, really like. And so that's where I'm at. And, AD, you sat there quiet all this time.
Yep.
Jump in there, buddy. What you got?
It was all over the place, but, with the themes in the song, it's kind of understandable. So my rating, I'm just going to stash it on the tablet for now and come back to it. It was interesting, and but it kind of lost my attention, towards the end. But that's nothing personal. That's just nothing personal, you know.
No, I think he was telling a very dark tale, and he did it really, really well. And I will definitely, I think after multiple listenings, it will improve because I'll have the expectations and I'll be able to understand. Like the shock value of each transition was pretty palatable at this juncture in the first time listening to it. I'm definitely saying I'm agreeing with Brett on this one. Right in between, it's stashing or getting caught dancing. And eventually, I think over time, if I listen to it more, I'll be get caught dancing.
Okay.
All right. Jump, Brian.
I got to agree with you and Ian. I'll stash it on a tablet for right now. I've got to listen to it a lot more. I love the dark undertones because I'm a heavy metal guy. Sorry. But I love the dark undertones. And he really portrayed winter, in my opinion, in the song.
I agree with that. I could feel that.
Yeah, you can feel that, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
I heard winter all the way through that song. I just want to make a note that I agree with Sar that the first interlude where he was taken off on the rap, I'm sorry, I don't know how he did it, but he was off time for the whole rap because it was beautiful. It was a beautiful play out, but he was off time.
All right, so I got a guy that I've used to play a lot of music with, fantastic musicians, played all over the country, and he used to yell at me and tell me I was playing across the beat for the drum patterns we would pick. But then we'd listen back later, and he'd go, "I don't know how the hell you do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how you play across it like that and make it sound right." Well, I didn't even know what he was saying, so I'm going to go with I kept waiting for it to fall off the beat and like be lost, but I'm counting and I'm tapping, and the syllables were there, and they were on the one, and so I had to let him have it.
I don't know how the hell he did it. I've worked with a lot of rappers, and I don't know how the hell this just came to be reality. But that was one of the most beautiful off-tempo raps I've ever heard.
Wow, that's incredible. I think that's a great compliment for the song itself, right there.
All right. Well, James, you got a rating?
Yeah. Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I keep coming back to just it being complicated poetry, where I would have to go back. So I would throw it on the tablet. It's a unique song that has just a lot of colors to it, a lot of dark mid-tones to it, and you just have to kind of keep listening to it to appreciate it, I think. But he's got some skills, and I think that whole syncopation thing that was going on, I guess that's what I'm going to call it, is it's a bit foreign, so you got to get used to it. But yeah, I'd stash it on the tablet.
Stashing on the tablet also. Well, that's 5 out of 6. Let's go to Nashville and get the last one.
Ooh, kind of a tough one because I got to give him props for how he rapped over that drum beat, but I just don't. That drum pattern is what was losing me until the hook came back in. But I love the hook. And I'm trying to think if I stash it on my tablet, would I come back to it? I'm going to go ahead and go stash on the tablet. Even though I don't like the drum pattern of the verses, the ability to rap over it, I got to give him props for that. And if you got to go with the verse or the hook, you got to go with the hook. And I love the hook.
It was good stuff to me too. So 6 out of 6. I don't think we've ever had that happen. All say stashing it on the tablet with the possibility of getting caught dancing on a couple of them. That's pretty good stuff from Classic. And I already scrolled off of it. Let's see. Website is I am classic, spelled KLASSIK.com. Find them on Bandcamp and pretty much everywhere else too. I'll be listening to some more and looking forward to some more music coming from Classic because I want to hear its fun stuff. That's pretty good stuff. They've moved the recording button on me with the latest Zoom updates. I've got it. We're going to stop for a real quick message from our sponsors, Hangout Records, and we'll be right back. This episode of Mid Tenn Listens Live is brought to you by Hangout Records, showcasing the musicians of Google Plus in open mic style hangouts on air. Record. And we're back from our first commercial break of the evening after our first song from Classic, which was pretty darn cool. A lot of fun and a lot of interesting debate on what was fun about it. I think we all had different opinions on what we liked and didn't about it. Next, we have a tune from Ferocious D with his song Live With Love. And we'll find Ferocious D at ferociousd.com. It says, also known as Deeper Than the Ocean, he's an American vocalist, singer, songwriter, poet, and performing artist. In 2010, Ferocious D set up and underwent his first solo U.S. tour, followed by several other U.S. tours and performances. And in 2014, he got over in for a European tour. In January this year, he released his first hip-hop album entitled First World Problems, and Live With Love is off of that one. If you guys have got her loaded and ready to go there, it's the bottom player on our list.
Yep. And
let's hit play together.
Live with love, live with love, y'all.
Good pad, neat little stereo bounce.
Yep. Like it.
But I try, I'm a realist till I die. Middle class kid from the country with a dream that maybe I can change the world with what I write. Releases change one life, change one mind, and remind you that the world that is behind you is divine, and it is time to stand up for what is right. Stand up for human life, come together and unite. I wasn't born with an ability, but rather born without. Cause when I look around, I don't see yellow, white, and brown. We're all human, let's just face it. So little separates us, the same features on our faces. Still we break it down to races. 10 fingers and 10 toes, most find McDonald's gross. Most try to find a way to take this life and make the most. I suppose we're all in this together, so live with love.
I could stand to hear more of that positivity in music.
Take this world,
Here.
make it something better. Live with love. Live with love, yo.
This is beautiful.
Live with love.
I have 4 words for this song right now.
Live with
I love this message.
Exactly. I gotta agree with you. This is a great song.
This is what I would hear if I inhaled dust off.
I live with love. In good times and in pain,
I'm
I live
hearing
with
wah,
love.
wah,
When the
wah.
world calls me insane, I live with love. When all things fade away, and when I'm old and gray, I'll still be living just the same. The truth is hard to find, cause we're here and then we die. But I'd rather leave behind a life where I was kind than a life of
Lyrically, I mean,
a life of misery, a life of hate and judgment that got the best of me. Cause who knows what this is all about? But so far in my life, I've found through all the ups and all the downs that love will turn your life around. It makes you feel like you have worth, a purpose for your time on earth. Relieves you of your pain and hurt. It makes you wanna change the world. And I can't say that there's truth to my rhymes, but this is my fate. It's the way I choose to live my life. And my faith is that love will help us all unite. I'm not afraid to spread this message to the day I die. Live with love, yo. 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 I suppose it's up to you to choose what you choose when you wake up in the morning and put on a pair of shoes and you go and live your day and you do what you do. But remember the way you act, it's always up to you. Remember the way you love, it's always up to you. The way you see the world and every single move, it's your choice and you must choose. So why live your life with hate? It seems like such a waste. Live with love. Live with love, yo. Live with love, yo.
That's some good lyrics right there. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize for it.
Nope.
You didn't write them.
I don't think I could have.
Live for love, y'all. Live for love, y'all.
I really dig the lyric in that.
Wow.
I like his style. I like the feel of his voice.
I like you mentioned the synchronicity. It felt like water going between my ears.
Yeah.
Live for love, y'all.
The pad's beautiful.
It's just that, I don't know.
Well, one of the things I'd like to say right now off the bat is this is exactly the kind of stuff I'm all about in terms of trying to stop people judging people based on appearance. And this is the opening lyrics talking about, you know, who cares what the color of your skin is. I love that. That's what Zug the Friendly Orc is all about. We're trying to like say, hey, you see this green skin orc, are you going to run away from him, or are you going to let his actions prove to you that he's friendly? And I love that about the song.
Well said.
I'm down with it for sure. And we've all seen too much, too many people that just judge a book by its cover, or don't even give a person a chance. And I'm all about the lyric on this thing. I love 90% of everything about this song. Aaron had a good point, and I don't know about Huff and Dust Off, Aaron, but and I can only make a guess. That's nitrous. That's like the third balloon of nitrous.
Right.
And
It's like nitrous.
I would have liked to have heard that fade out and give me a change in there with that really nice, very cool tremolo pad. That, I mean, it was very, very cool, but 4 minutes of it was a little too much for me. And heaven forbid that there was a strobe light going on at the same time. I would have been having a seizure. But
Yeah,
I'm glad you feel me there, Brett.
I feel you. And but wow. Beautiful.
Lyrically, poetry there. I mean, you know, aside from like the actual backbeats of whatever, I mean, lyrically, I mean, it was really cool. He did a great job there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would have to say it's going to be another Stashed on the Tablet track for me.
Yeah, I think that's a tablet track for myself as well.
I don't see me going any lower than that on that track. That's just, I mean, just he saves it by his lyrics and his poetry. I mean, it's just the beauty.
And, you know, we've done this before too. While I would say that's a tablet track, you might on occasion catch me dancing to it. You might catch me down. You might catch me down by Flat Rock Creek with it cranked up and the windows down, and you might catch me playing it on Chick Flick Night too.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of can fit all those genres of.
You see how this works?
Yeah. I was waiting for a bridge. You know.
Yeah.
Did you
Bridge
hear?
would have been nice.
A bridge would have been nice. Just break it down a little bit. You know.
Take it to the bridge.
Yeah.
I would have liked
that would have mixed it up a little bit. What was it? 4 minutes long? 407.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bridge could have helped it, but keeping it, you know, at 4 minutes or under. And the vocals, they didn't really sit on top of that tremolo. So I think that's what made the tremolo just kind of stick out and tremble in your ears. But I didn't think it was a bad song at all. It was not a bad song at all. It was great. I would definitely stash it on the tablet, but I think I would listen to it often, you know, but I would listen to it more often if it had that bridge, just to tie everything together. You know, that bridge is what really breaks things down and gets the deeper side of the story, right? So, and that's what I wanted to hear.
And probably the hardest part of songwriting.
Sure.
You know,
It's a very intimate aspect of music. That bridge.
Good bridges. I mean, that's one of the hardest things to to write.
Well, I'm no music expert. I mean, in terms of the technical stuff that you guys are talking about, I'm just like a fan of music. I love listening to music and all kinds of music, and since this one really touches on something personal in the sense of when I'm working with what the product productions I'm trying to get going, this for me is absolutely, not only will I get caught dancing with this, but I'm going to be sharing that sucker on my Facebook page and say, hey guys, this is great. Listen to this. This has got a great message. Promote. I want others to listen to this song.
You might just invented a new category for our rating system.
Yeah.
Well, that falls in jamming at the red light.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's just as good. That's exactly what I thought as soon as you said that. So Ian's jamming it at the red light.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
Definitely.
Didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I'm done, sir. Go ahead.
Okay.
I think the tremolo was cool. I would have liked to have heard it maybe cut out for a second, even just a few beats, just to switch it up a little bit. One thing I really, really feel the song is missing, and I was really hoping to hear, was just this big female voice on the hook. There really wasn't much of a hook, but I think a big, strong female voice there would really would make this song perfect to me. The reverb on the rap vocal isn't really ideal, but it works here. It almost sounds like I kept wanting to hear LL Cool J, "I Need Love."
You know that also it might have been a reference to that, so to speak.
And that's how I was feeling with that reverb on there. I like the delay that was on the vocal as well. Maybe a little bit too much reverb, but because there wasn't too much going on in the track, it kind of works. But I was really let down by what would have been the hook, I guess. I mean, it's cool, but man, just a nice song.
That idea of a strong female vocal coming in, say, at 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And backing that up. Well, that really would have thrown this over the top for me.
Yeah. I gotta go with you guys on that.
Even if she was just doing the Donna Godshaw Grateful Dead wailing thing in the background,
Anything.
Wow, yeah, that would have really topped it off.
And until you mentioned that, I never would have thought of that, because I thought vocally the rap was on. I mean, the lyrics were there. They were very, very strong. I thought presence as a lyric person or vocalist, they were a little low. I thought you could have brought them a little more up front, which would have been backing off the reverb like you were talking about, Chris. Sorry.
Or just even bring up the dry channel. You wouldn't have had to back the reverb. Just bring up the dry channel of the vocal. Just 2 decibels, 3 decibels.
Yeah.
Would have done it nicely.
More up front and put him right out there and talk about your message. Put it out there.
Because it's a great message. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Boom.
Give him more up front. Bring the dry channel up, like you said, Brett. And otherwise, throw that female vocal in, like you guys mentioned. I think this is going to go over the top.
I never thought of a female vocal, but when Zara mentioned that, it's like, oh my God, yeah, bing, ding, ding, ding.
Mm-hmm.
Light opens up in the head.
That'd be beautiful.
For certain. So who didn't put in a rating so far?
I'm sorry.
Stash it on tablet.
Tablet.
I'm caught dancing to it.
Dancing. And James.
Tablet.
That's right. Cool. Wow.
I also add, this will make for a really cool music video too.
Oh yes,
it will.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Beautiful music.
A little bit of Arrested Development kind of feel and sound in the vocal too. I kind of now that
I'm seeing a montage of people from around the world in this thing. You know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I picture in the development of this music.
Very neat. So yes, good stuff from Ferocious D, ferociousd.com. And Ian, you wanted to share that. You'll find him on SoundCloud.
Oh yeah.
And okay, yeah, I've got two of them, two windows open at the same time. I got to be careful which one I
No.
talk about. Good stuff. Thanks, Ferocious D. I hope you send us some more tunes, and this panel seems to dig it. And
Get a female vocalist on this song, Ferocious D.
Yeah, that'll throw it over the top for sure. Make it explode. Good stuff all around. So that's two pretty good ones to start off the night. And real quick break while we all run and fill our drink, and maybe we'll even let a commercial from Hangout Records let you know what they do, and we'll be right back.
No, don't do that.
This episode of MidtennListens Live is brought to you by Hangout Records, showcasing the musicians of Google Plus in open mic style hangouts on air. And so that's neat stuff. We're back from our commercial break, and we have song number 3 lined up and ready to go here from XOCH with her song Summer Vacation. Quote from XOCH here off her website says, "It's really important to evolve as an artist and to conquer yourself and your fears. Our music has gone through a lot of evolution because we write exactly what we feel, and it has never mattered what genre we fall into. We love what we do, and we do what we love." I have no idea what we're about to hear, but evidently somebody loves it, and let's see if we do too. You guys got it loaded and ready to go?
Ready to rock, brother.
Yes, sir.
Let's hit play.
Oh, this is more down my alley.
I love guitar.
The sky is exploding on a summer vacation, just like the 4th of July. The doors are wide open to my imagination, caught in a wink of an eye. I can't believe it, I can't believe it.
I'm getting a very, very big Go-Go's feel.
Katy Perry and Taylor Swift.
I can't believe it.
Katy, I think it's definitely more Go-Go's, but that's just my mind.
The hour is golden with a hot fascination, the glitter of neon and light. The temperature's colder when the summer is over, gone in a blink of an eye. I can't believe it, I can't believe it, yeah, yeah. I can't believe it, I can't believe it, yeah, yeah. I said I believe it, I know I wanna keep it. It's better than letting it go. If I never try it, then no one's gonna buy it and tell me how can we ever know? The sky is exploding on the summer vacation, and it is good in a blink of an eye. Gone in a blink of an eye.
I'm with you, Ian, on the Go-Go's thing.
Oh, yeah.
I can buy this better than I can buy Katy Perry's story.
Oh, yeah.
I can believe it, I can believe it, yeah. I can believe
Summer vacation gone in a blink of an eye.
Oh, yeah. Always is that way, isn't it?
I can
Yeah, it seems that way.
Oh. This is bringing back memories of when I was 16 going to dances.
Cool little filtered synth there in the background, about 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In fact, actually, was there. I think at the beginning, it was just very, very, very subtle. Very subtle.
Yeah, was that like Disneyland Electric Light Orchestra thing going on? Is that what you're talking about?
It makes me want to go to Disneyland. How did you know?
I want to go to a beach right now.
I want to be in a freaking Corvette with freaking, top down, chicks in the background. Woo! But it's like the middle of February.
It was pretty fun.
It was very fun. I loved it.
Well, Brian, you got excited off the bat. This is more my style, you said. I'm going to let you lead off.
Okay. Well, yeah. As far as the band was concerned, yes. I like it. You had a good screaming guitar. You had everything in the mix that was supposed to be there for a good summertime tune. The only problem with this song I have is that I heard Aerosmith coming in, and then the vocals started. And then I heard the Go-Go's on a bad day.
Ooh.
Oh.
Dude, I'm serious. I'm sorry. It's the vocals fit the song when they played out, but when it first comes in, it was like wham. There was a very bad mesh to me, and that's just a me thing. I would have rather.
Is that the lack of any sort of auto-tune for pitch correction and smoothing?
Yes.
Okay, then you got a jaded ear from all this auto-tune. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you are a bad man.
Yes. Brett is a very bad man.
Because that was one of the things that was fantastic about the Go-Go's.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't deal with auto-tune and all that crap then.
Yeah.
They got up there and they did the best that they could do, and they belted that crap out, and they had fun with it. And that's what I liked about her vocal, was she was belting it out the best she could belt it out. There's no freaking auto-tune on that anywhere. There's no pitch correction that I heard at all.
No,
and no, I'm not talking about fancy tricks with auto-tune. I'm talking about pitch correction. I didn't hear it.
Right.
If it's there, it's not there. So that's what I liked about her vocal, and the way she came off with it. It was fun.
Well, the only thing I'm saying about the vocal is that from where the song started, with the screaming guitar, the good, dirty, nice, distorted guitar, because it's a beautiful guitar line.
It is a good tone. I'm listening to it again. Is that a Marshall?
I think it is.
But yeah, I can understand why it was it's almost like a brick wall when the lyrics kick into your ears, right? And
Right,
I wasn't expecting, looking at her, seeing the image that we saw, I wasn't expecting that high pitched Go-Go style.
Okay, exactly. The pick didn't represent what she sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, now I don't know if you guys have heard the Pretty Reckless or not.
No.
Well, she's got a beautiful female rock voice. It's almost borderline of Hailstorm. And that, with that lead-in guitar line and everything else, this is what I was looking for. Not going back to the 80s. I loved how it came out. And it was a beautiful rollout. Once you finally got through the whole song, there's nothing wrong with the song at all.
Nostalgia aside, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear more female-fronted bands doing music like this today.
Yes.
Correct. I would too.
This is good. This is fun. To me, it's not a red light jammer.
No, I'm gonna do.
But I'm going to get caught dancing to it. I think I already did, because I've sat here and argued with you so far about what's good and what's not good about it, and that's where I'm at with it. I'm going to get caught dancing with it because I think it's fun. I like her voice. It's got that upstate fuck you kind of sound to it.
New York City, Jersey tang to it.
Right. I have no idea where they're from, but that's kind of what I got, was that New York City kind of screw you kind of
exactly
sound, and I like that about it.
Well, according to the website, they're from Las Vegas, Nevada, so I can imagine them partying it up in Las Vegas.
I imagine this goes over real well in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be great. Anyway, I'm going to be caught dancing to it, Brett. I got to agree with you. I want to hear this on my bigger monitors. I really do. Because I think it's going to change my whole perception of the song.
What about it, James?
You know what? It's a very catchy song. I'm still humming it.
Yeah, good melody.
Yeah, it nails you. It hits you in the face. It opens it up with that guitar riff, and then she comes in with her singing. I got the whole 80s thing also, and I don't think that's a bad thing because
No, it is not.
I'm an 80s guy.
Right on.
It's 80s. It's very teen poppy. It fits a genre, and the industry likes that. They want you to fit in real nice. It's a 3-minute and 14-second song, so very radio friendly, and the lyrics are the lyrics have that country feel to it, where it's telling a story. It's 4th of July, you're on a beach, it's summertime, all these types of great things. Good visualization. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It was definitely you'd catch me dancing, to it. You'd catch me dancing. I wouldn't dance in public listening to it.
James understands the rating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. No guy will ever be caught dancing.
Yeah, or either dancing or not in public. And Czar.
What do you think about
I loved it. The vocals seemed to get better to me the more the song went on. There was a run.
I'd agree there.
There was a run there that really impressed me that just kind of came out of nowhere to me. I would like to hear a little more of the vocal. I would like to hear the vocal a little more up front. I do know kind of that genre that you got to have the guitar sitting there. But I did want to hear more of the vocal. But overall, I loved it.
Great song.
I'd say I'd get caught dancing to it.
I will be rocking out in my car with this baby at the red light. I'm at the red light, and I'm going.
That's what we wanted to hear.
We got a red lighter.
All right. And Aaron Young, where you at?
He's sleeping.
Turn?
He fell asleep.
It's my turn.
No, he's watching
Is
hockey.
this a dream?
Are you still looking at pictures?
No, man. Just sitting back, listening to everybody's intake on this tune. It's not what I expected, honestly. I'm not going to sit here and bash it because it's not a bad song. It's just not something that I would normally listen to.
It's not widespread.
Right. It's not widespread. It's not a jam band. But yeah, I have to stash it on the tablet and listen to it later, possibly. Maybe on Chick Flick night. but we'll stick to the tablet. We'll be fair.
That's not bad. And that's one thing that's so fun about doing what we do is everybody's got different tastes, and I think that we've been I basically get that email back from lots and lots of bands. Wow, it's really neat to hear how the song was received by the group of you, because everybody mentions their different tastes and what they liked or didn't like about it, and it's neat to see how the song is received by a group of people. So yeah, good stuff. And like James said, it's still in my noggin, and
it's still going.
I think I'm having fun with it. So
yeah. This, these 3 songs that we've listened to tonight, I've really liked them all. This has been a good night for music.
Good night for music so far. We've got 2 more, and it's getting late in the evening from a late start. And when we come back, we'll hear something from Lawson Garrett. So far, we have heard classic Ferocious D, and the last one just a moment ago, XOCH from Las Vegas, Nevada. Lots of fun all the way around so far, and we're going to pop over to East Tennessee when we come back from our commercial break. This episode of Mid Tenn Listens Live is brought to you by Hangout Records, showcasing the musicians of Google Plus in open mic style hangouts on air. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Still in episode 90. That's right. Your head's getting better for this all the time, Aaron. Actually, I'm going to let you lead one of these days.
Oh, anytime.
Cool.
Anytime.
Bring it.
Lawson Garrett over in Johnson City, Tennessee, sent us a tune the other day. We got to talking a little bit. He bounces back and forth between Tennessee. Bounces back and forth.
Tennessee?
Where the hell are you?
I don't even know anymore. He bounces back and forth between Tennessee and California, and evidently does part of the year there and part of the year here, and some Mid-Atlantic stuff. But just kind of tours around and has a good time with things and playing music. He sent us a song called "Culture of War," and that would be on our page here, guys. That'll be the second song down on our players, and looking forward to hearing Lawson sing, because I know he's going to have some interesting stuff coming at us. If you guys have got her loaded and ready to go, let's hit the play button.
This is beat music. Sorry.
Yeah, this is what I like to listen to right here.
I'm still praised with Lottie. Lottie's still with Jane. But there's just one flag.
Got a Jimmy Buffett feel, a Ben Harper feel, and Cat Stevens.
We're the USA. We come to save the day. We're gonna make them.
I'll let y'all listen.
You made me see us through to say next Thursday. Hey, tell me something, sister. Is there anything on today? Well, bless their hearts, the naked heathen seem extra restless today.
This is fun.
Dude, way fun. A lot of Jimmy Buffett influence on this.
I sensed sarcasm, lots of deep sarcasm.
Hear that mandolin in there? Oh, yeah, that's so sweet.
That was then, and this is now, so we just blew them all away.
The mandolin, it almost sounds like a steel drum.
Study war, no
Yeah.
more, but now in light of reason,
Way close to one.
I guess that's all been thrown out the door.
His vocals remind me of Cat Stevens.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And this specific song would be Another Saturday Night, which is Sam Cooke's song. But if you listen to that song,
Dude.
but then again, it has the Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville feel to it.
Oh yeah. Love all the instruments in this song. Holy cow.
Is that a clarinet?
Oh, dear God, make
Yeah.
that way.
It is.
Don't like it there, why don't they simply just move away? Hey, what's a good word, mister? What do you see online?
This is a song I'd like to see live. I want to see them played live.
I'm getting caught dancing.
Oh, yeah. Definitely get caught dancing.
The internet locked up on me again.
I remember someone where you the children play. That was then, and this is now. Give them all away. Where I got
It's getting more and more fun as the song goes on.
no more, but now in light of
The clarinet pick is off.
guess that's all been thrown out the door. I'm maintaining this culture of war, escalating this culture of war. Yes, we're teaching this culture of war. We're outreaching this culture of war. Always preaching a culture of war. Never bleaching this culture of war.
I really like the message in this song.
Yes, exactly.
Not arresting the
Somewhat
culture
positive.
of war. Always choosing the culture of war. Never losing this culture of war. We're right here, just what we're here for.
Now, this is a band that I'd like to see live.
We're receiving this culture of war. Keep selecting this culture of war. We're perfecting this culture of war.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, that's easily my favorite track of the night.
I completely concur with you.
That
I think I will play that again.
That has me rocking, and I am gonna roll the windows down, and I'm gonna jam that at the red light and blow my speakers out.
Wow, that's
like it.
And then I might get home and share it with my friends on social media, like Ian.
yeah. It's I'm going to do that right after the show. Like I'm keeping this up there. As soon as we're done, I'm gonna throw it right up there. This is brilliant.
Is an artist that I would really want to listen to some more music from too.
Yeah. Oh,
for sure.
I was thinking the same thing. I want to hear his whole Earth album now.
Yeah. So anyway,
I had locking up issues on the playback, and I'm at about 3/4 of the way through it now, and
okay.
I'm with you. I'm digging it. I'm going to jam it at the red light.
Wow. That's 3.
Well,
Anybody else?
I'm going to jam it at the red light just because
Wow.
I love the Roots influence from Jimmy Buffett and
Cat Stevens. Yeah.
Cat Stevens, all that stuff. You heard all of it come through.
I know.
You can never tell what's going to come out of these Johnson City, Kingsport, Tri-City guys.
Nope.
Hell no.
Impressive.
You can't
I
judge
love the
anything.
mandolin. That was just
The mandolin and the clarinet. Like Brett pointed out. Did you guys hear the clarinet?
Yeah. I just I couldn't believe the variety of instruments in this song, and it's so much fun. But the message, Brett, you got the message.
Incredible.
right.
I was completely thrown off by the name of the song. I was expecting something hard, and
Yeah.
I was just like, "What is this?"
I loved every minute of it.
The title "Culture of War," like I was getting amped up. Like, it's weird reading a title of a song before you hear the song.
Right.
I did enjoy it. It was a very fun tune. It took me a minute to readjust my emotions to what I was feeling after reading the title of the song.
Expectations weren't met in the first 5 seconds.
And so I think you've probably experienced the same as me. You're used to Nashville and the Middle Tennessee attitude about things, and you could just never tell what those East Tennessee guys are going to throw at you. That's fun.
This Lost song, Garrett, it's just wow. I am a fan now. I'm a fan, period. I want to hear more of his stuff. He's got that Cat Stevens sound. I'm hooked. I'm in. I'm there.
There you go.
Damn it, I'm jamming it at the red light. I haven't jammed one all night, and that's gonna be my red light jammer.
I already said I was jamming it.
Unanimous decision.
Are we? Oh, but what about Czar?
Czar.
Oh, the pressure.
He's lost in the middle somewhere.
I don't know about jamming at the red light. I definitely get caught dancing to it. It's definitely a fun song. I think it sounds good coming after the last song we heard too.
Oh yeah.
We get that. We get lucky like that a lot, that things bounce from one thing to another. Everything sounds fresh.
Yeah.
What about it, James?
I agree with Czar. I don't know if I'd rock it up the red light. It's a great song. Love it. It's upbeat, good tempo. It's fun. And I'm in between. Definitely you'd see me dancing with it. Would I be screaming it at a red light? Probably. I would. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Such passion in your.
There's so much passion there.
Yes.
Thinking.
No, I'm geeking out. I'm totally geeking out on this. Brett, thank you so much for having me on this show tonight, because each song has gotten. You had an originally different selection procedure. You switched it up, and I think this has just worked out really well. We've gone from one good song after another and just build up to. The last song has got a high bar to surpass.
We find that often also.
Oh, wow.
I think we said the same last week. We had each song that we listened to, it just seemed that they were getting better and better and more fun. And
Yep.
and then the last song came along and said, you got a high bar to jump over here, and it hit it. And no, this is so fun all the time, and I love it. It's a privilege. Yeah, I complain a lot. I'm a Campbell. Okay, I mean, I bitch. I moan.
You're part of the Campbell clan is stolen.
It's in the blood, you know. I complain about musicians a lot, but it never fails every week when we do this. It doesn't matter what kind of mood I'm in. By the end of the night, I feel privileged to have heard what I've heard and to have been a part of it, and privileged that anybody would want my opinion. And I've had a few people come back to me afterward and go, you know what, you guys said things on your show and we changed something that we're doing and you helped us. And that really makes me feel good. So this has been a blast so far. And like you said, we got one more to go. Let's do our last commercial stop so everybody can get their drinks and whatnot. And
I'm a pint low of like iced tea. Help.
Iced tea, my butt. And after these messages, we'll be right back. This episode of Mid Tenn Listens Live is brought to you by Hangout Records, showcasing the musicians of Google Plus in open mic style hangouts on air. Record button is going, and we're back with our last song of the night with Mid Tenn Listens episode 90. Wow, that's hard to believe. We have Sarantos with "We Accept the Love We Think We Deserve." We've had a lot of songs with love in the title and subject today. Let's see. Sarantos says, this music has diverse styles that I hope will delight everyone's taste, but should especially appeal to a core group of people in the 18 to 55-year-old range. Well, that's a heck of a demographic. He says, I personally believe that music is important to all people throughout the world, and the age is not a factor. Music is life. Amen there. It's finally time to pursue my lifelong dream. And I realize that I can raise a lot more money for charity with my music than with any other business I currently own and run. In his daytime, Sarantos is a plastic surgeon in Greece, and his website says that he is donating all of his music earned monies to, I think it was 17 different charities he's picked out.
Wow, that's incredible.
I listened to a couple of his songs on YouTube. Very interesting stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, you're in for something completely different with this one. So if you've all got it loaded up, it was one of these songs here on our playlist. I think it's right in the middle on the page there. And
ready to rock.
Let's do it. Let's hit play.
As the day comes to a close, another sad day gone by. Wish I was on the beach in Mykonos instead of living this life. You're on the outside looking in. You ask me why I won't leave. Seems obvious to all who know me, this relationship is not for me. We accept the love we think we deserve. In my life I've made so many mistakes, and somewhere along the way I lost my faith. After
Sort of have
these
that Oasis.
heartaches, it doesn't seem quite so bad to me getting yelled at daily.
I'm not sure I can go with Oasis on it. The Greek accent is...
It's jarring for us in the North American audiences.
I look so strange. through the words, the bruises.
He's doing a really good job.
It makes me like it a lot.
Doesn't change.
It's definitely different.
Yep.
It's way different. This is
I
way
like
different.
it. Yeah.
We deserve. In my life I've made
The mix is good. I don't know if I like the vocal. It is so much 60s. It's like almost like back in the Beatles era when he did the double tracking on the tape delays. But I like
ELO, I think, is
I hear yes, that's what
that's the kind of processing I'm hearing there. Oh, and this big reverb wash in the vocal in the middle here, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I hear.
It's nice. It's really nice. What I find very interesting is like bands like ABBA that don't speak English, yet they could sing in English perfectly with no accent whatsoever. I'll be honest, it's a little jarring hearing that thick accent in his singing.
Now here's another one with a great guitar tone in it too.
Oh yeah.
As far as the band's concerned, I find no fault in the band. The band mix is beautiful. I love the keys. Wow, what a finish. With 97 synthesizer.
That's the second song where there's been this like this arpeggiated synth or filter that's drawn out at the end that we didn't really hear during the song.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
And it was a really nice touch from as far as I'm concerned.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Let's start.
I'll start.
Jump in.
I like the hook. I was missing on the first line of the hook. Where's the love that we deserve? I felt like there should have been a delay on deserve. Where there was a delay on mistakes, I think was the word.
Yeah.
And just for things to match, I would have put a delay on deserve and then keep the delay on mistakes. I wanted to hear a delay there. There was parts of the verses didn't blend well together with me. I think he could have just went with a single vocal rather than trying to double it. But my favorite part was that breakdown in the bridge where he was saying that he was lost and he couldn't find his way. The way that the vocal was spread with the reverb on it makes the vocal sound like it's lost somewhere in your left or right speaker. That was really cool.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Overall, the guitar was just incredible. The music, the combination of all those elements coming together, really well produced. I guess my only point is I was really jarred by the accent. I guess because I'm just so used to North American accents, and even when British singers sing, sometimes it's pretty much sounds like a North American accent when they're singing. Like I mentioned earlier, ABBA. Of course, then there's the Proclaimers. You know, if I could walk 500 miles. But but this one it felt like I don't know, it's probably doing really well in Europe, and I don't think they have too much of a problem with it because it's got over 36,000 listens on SoundCloud. That's impressive.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I don't know you guys, but it was kind of jarring in that accents sense.
Part of it, I feel
might
like
have said that about 5 years ago, when I first started getting deeply into the worldwide independent music scene. One of the first things that I found when I launched onto the internet with my own music was the number of people from Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Greece, Italy, Germany, that would listen to my music and say, wow, that's really cool. And in return, I would go listen to their music. And at first, all the different world accents and singing in English and the way they would translate the lines and try to fit them with the beats and whatnot, it threw me off. It doesn't bug me anymore. I've heard a lot of music from all over at this point, a lot of independent music. And so, yeah, I can hear Ian why you would say that.
Yeah, because I am
I
not
can
used to it.
understand it. And I imagine there's a lot of people here in the U.S. that would say the same thing. Well, I don't like it. It doesn't sound right. But to me, it's just another piece of good music. I liked what he had to say a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a really interesting concept. We accept the love we think we deserve. And then the way he put it together with the Lost and the chorus. And Sarantos that got my attention with that song. And
again, a song about that has another message.
Yeah. And I used to pull into my little redneck high school driving a freaking station wagon when everybody else was in a jacked up pickup truck, and they were cranking Bocephus out the speakers. Meanwhile, I had either Vivaldi, Beethoven, the Circle Jerks, or the Violent Femmes going.
Nice.
Now we're talking, baby.
Which, I mean, if you know the difference between those four, then I'm jamming this guy at the red light, and I'm pissing off all the local rednecks. Heck with him. I liked it. He's got something to say, and that big single coil guitar through that tube amp.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to jam it at the red light. That's where I'm at with it. Thanks, Sarantos.
Sorry.
I say I stashed it on the tablet. I mean, I'd agree that I'm not used to the accent. I did try to look past that. And the only thing, I really wasn't the accent. I just think the main part that bothered me in the verses was just the blending of trying to double the vocal, where the hook blended fine to me. I love the hook.
There's a couple production things there that could be seen too, but I'm going to overlook them. There was a whole lot of stuff that that could have been done better with the Violent Femmes and the Circle Jerks. I overlooked them. And there was a shitload that could have been done better with Bocephus. So,
but you're willing to look over all of that. That's great.
We looked over it then. I'm going to look over it now.
Well, the theme and the message of the song is clear, and I many times in my life I accepted the love that I thought I deserved, and he's right. So, but I would say I could get caught dancing to this, definitely.
And we didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. Mr. Holmes, California.
Yeah. I'm with Czar. I would stash it on my iPad or the device, whatever we're talking about, on a tablet. And it was a well-built song. It's constructed beautifully. I'm just not into like the talking, singing thing.
That was kind of bothering me too.
Yeah, I like a vocalist, just because that's what I like. So for that reason only, I would stash it on a tablet. And the whole double vocal thing, I'm not really into that too much. So my ears, I mean, I don't want to, only listen to certain types of songs and stuff, but so I'm only saying that just for those, particular reasons that I would stash it on my tablet. Great song, well built, constructed nicely. Lyrics are beautiful and meaningful. And that's a big plus because you don't hear a lot of that these days. Yeah, that's it.
Aaron, I know it's late for you. I know you're wiped out, but let's get a quick thought from your end while you're trying to wrap up there.
Well, again, I want to thank you for putting on this show and providing us all this great music that we listen to. And I really enjoy the camaraderie with all you guys. Means a lot to me, and it's just really good to get together to do this. The song really, I guess wasn't my type of music, but again, I'm not going to give it a bad rating. I'd have to say I would put it on my tablet and listen to it again. So that's where I'm at with that song.
Very cool. Well, all around, and sometimes it is hard for the U.S. listener to really get into some of the foreign produced stuff. I've gotten where I really appreciate it just because of 4.5 years now of running Middle Tennessee music and getting music sent to me from everywhere around the world. Good stuff. I think everybody has real good input tonight and good tunes. Brian, did we get the?
Nope.
I didn't think so. I do want to hear what you got to say on that one.
If you want to.
I do, and sorry, I guess
I got a lot to say on this one.
Oh, cool. Well, fine.
Rip it.
Let it roll, brother.
Okay, I'm gonna preface this as an avid Beatle hater. This took me back to 1969, which was an incredible achievement, actually. I heard the Beatles' influence so much in this song.
70s Beatles?
No.
There was no such thing.
1970 Beatles, pardon me.
There was no such thing.
Wasn't there?
No.
April of 1970, so technically.
No.
There was no.
Their last show was 1967.
Beatles had a very monophonic, kind of similar, maybe simulated stereo sound. This is what I heard in this song. It was a modern production of an old Beatles tune based on their philosophy and everything else. So lyrically, it was incredible. But sonically, it was a Beatles song. I'm sorry. I'm an avid Beatles hater. I'm going to stash it on my tablet and listen to it again. But I'm an avid Beatles hater.
So it might suddenly drop down upon second review to chick flick night.
It's probably going to drop down to there. I didn't hear anything.
Let the hate flow through you.
I think your chick flick. I think your chick is gonna like this one.
Yes.
I do not like the Beatles. Sorry. All I heard was Beatles and the old Abbey Road tape delay on the vocals. That's what I heard right in there. It was like, you know what? No. This is 2015, dude. Come on. We're not doing the Beatles all over again. I'm sorry. I'll stash it on the tablet. That's all I'm going to do with it. I'm going to listen to it again. The influence on this song is not good for me. From what I've heard. Anyway, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt with that. So,
all right.
You know.
All right. Well, we got 4 out of 6 that seemed to have enjoyed it, or 3 out of 6. That's a tough one there to call. So,
No, it's not. It's really easy.
now Aaron's normally might throw this one to the dogs guy.
It was really easy. You play like the Beatles, you get reviewed like the Beatles.
All right. Well, I enjoyed it, and I know. All right, that's where it is. That's where it is. Good input, though. So, anyways, yeah, good stuff, and honest thoughts, and that's why people send us music. They want the honest opinion, and
Exactly.
My weakness is I love all kinds of music except country. So,
I even learned to like that after a while. I thought I hated it, but you know what? There's real truth in country music. I'm not talking about Luke Bryan and 35 and 40-year-old men singing songs about riding around in the truck having sex with teenagers.
Okay.
I'm talking about
Okay.
real country music. A lot of good stuff, a lot of good music tonight, and great folks involved. Really, really, it's an honor to do all of this and to have all you fine people with us. And Aaron, make sure your eyes are awake. I'm about to go to the gallery view for a minute. There he is. So,
Still
wow,
alive.
good stuff from everybody, and really appreciate everybody joining us tonight. From Memphis, Aaron Young of Hangout Records. From Nashville, Zara. And have you got a website business name that you want to shout out there for mixing and production in Nashville?
Yeah, you can check out my website is audiozar.net, and I've recently started teaching audio engineering courses on Udemy. So if you just search Czar on Udemy, you'll come up with my courses. I've got a couple paid and I've got a couple free ones up there.
CZAR on Udemy, which is UDEMY, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, cool. Brian the Duckman Dotson out in Idaho, Studio E23.
Iowa.
Idaho. I do that to you every week just because, right?
You just love to just twist it in, the poor boy.
Oh man, I messed up like week one or something, and
have done it.
and I've done it ever since, even though I know.
He lives in the fine state of Iowa.
Even saying, most weeks I even make a joke over in Iowa where they grow potatoes. James Olmus in California. What's that name on Second Life, James?
Acoustic Energy Nightly.
Acoustic Energy Nightly. Do check that out. Good fun. Good fun. And I'm not a Second Life guy at all, but I'll advise you, that's good fun. Ian Foltz with Zug the Friendly Ark up in Canada. Thank you so much. Thanks to all of our musical participants tonight. We had XOCH, Summer Vacation, Lawson, Garrett in The Culture of War, Sarantos, We Accept the Love We Think We Deserve, Classic Andromeda, and Ferocious D, Live with Love. All in all, good stuff. Great night of listening to music. Good fun all around. And thanks again to everybody. I'm Brett from Middle Tennessee Music. This is Mid Tenn Listens Live. This has been episode number 90. We'll look forward to doing another one next week. Peace.